Welcome to another episode of the Zebra Influencer Series. In this episode, we'll be hearing a conversation between me and our valued ISV partner, Help Lightning. In the case we have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm the Senior ISV Manager for Manufacturing, Transportation, and Logistics. I have the distinct honor of working with software organizations that focus on innovating and resolving critical operational challenges for our customers. And in my function as an ISV manager, I get to help the ISVs navigate through the Zebra ecosystem. Here at Zebra, we are so committed to our customer success. We take pride in looking into the future and not only anticipating the needs of our customers, we also work to create solutions that help resolve those needs and work alongside our valued partners to bring them to market. Now I'm excited to introduce our next guest, the Senior Vice President for Strategic Partnerships at an organization that is helping to bring innovation around voice and vision to remote experts around the world. He holds 2 master's degrees, one from the University of Alabama for Science in Healthcare Administration, and the other for a master's in business from ISC Paris. Well, let's welcome Terry to our virtual stage.
Good morning, Scott. Nice to be here with the Zebra team. It has been really a fun ride to work with the Zebra customers, Zebra resellers, and of course, Zebra team. So Help Lightning is the most advanced augmented reality remote assistance software. It enables the experts to work virtually side by side with anyone needing help anywhere in the world. So Help Lightning use augmented reality to create the impression that the expert is on site at the technician's side. So imagine a technician troubleshooting an equipment problem in a factory or a distribution center. The remote expert can virtually reach out and touch what the technician is working on. The expert's hands display in the technician field of view. Imagine the remote expert explaining how to use a tool, bringing the tool on site in the field of view of the technician and show how the tool is angled and twisted to achieve, maximum utilization. Or imagine the remote expert placing a part in the technician field of view on top of the real part to compare wear and tear. This is what Help Lightning can do. It cuts terminology and linguistic differences. The big value for our customer is the issue can be resolved remotely with just a call. It means the problem resolution is faster, the equipment come back in full production earlier, and of course, it means that we save the cost of traveling to the factory or the customer site. Overall, the manufacturer are increasing their efficiency at a lesser cost. So customers are using Help Lightning to support equipment installation, commissioning inspections, equipment servicing, maintenance, repair, and of course for training. So overall, it improves the engineer effectiveness. The expert don't have to spend unproductive time traveling on site. As a result, they can support more problem resolution and more location and more technician. On the other hand, of course, the customer are effective faster. The new technician can be operational with less than the usual training time. They basically complete their training on site with the expert joining them when they need help.
Excellent, Terry. Thank you. So the question I have now is, how does Help Lightning work on Zebra mobile devices?
Well, the engineer connect from their computer often, from their desktop, but they can connect from a tablet when they are mobile or smartphone, with a technician on site using either the Zebra smartphone, the Zebra tablet, or of course the smart glasses to have a hand-free, environment. So Help Lightning run on any Zebra tablets or smartphone, and of course we run on the heads-up display HD4000. So the HD4000 works in tandem with the Zebra TC27, 55, 77, and the HD4000 is very unique because it's the lightest smart glasses in the market right now. So they are ideal for long-term wear and work in confined space.
Excellent. So I can only imagine that over this last year, or last 18 months or so, there's been a huge uptick for the need of a solution like Help Lightning. Can you help me and the audience understand what's been happening in the market with remote expert assistance?
Yeah, you're right. Last year we saw the number of calls of our existing customer to go up 400% overnight in April 2020. So immediately our user were using remote assistant more often. And over the following months, we see each customer increase the number of use cases and number of users using Help Lightning. Since no one could travel on site, the technician, the engineers, they had to find ways to support their customer or their colleagues. So many of our customers who started to use remote assistance in one area of the business started to expand the usage in another area. The one who started using remote assistance to support their external customer started to use it to support their internal customer, their manufacturing team, their maintenance team, their new technician onboarding with training. So one of the big customer I started to work in the beginning of the pandemic last year had 300 technicians supporting their equipment at customer site. During the pandemic, they extended the use of remote assistance to 13 other departments. Today they have over 3,000 users. But
Wow.
during that period, we also doubled the number of new customers. The trend is continuing, doubling again. The business really understand the necessity of the remote assistance during the crisis, but I think they understand also the opportunity post-pandemic. The big question has always been what will happen when the people can travel again. What we discover is that most of customers really understand the benefit of providing this remote assistance. It's faster, it's cheaper, the customer are happier. It's hard to beat. So it doesn't mean that you eliminate all the travel on site, but the organization have changed the way they do business. They often establish first remote call before they send anybody on site. And the reason is simple. It fixes the problem faster, customer have their equipment up and running earlier. In itself is tremendous value, but of course, with much less cost.
Excellent, Terry. Thank you. So now we have to go into some of the difficult questions. So now we're thinking from a customer's perspective, right? What would it take to implement a solution like yours into my operation?
For the technician and expert to use Help Lightning proficiently, it takes about an hour of training. For the hardware, it already comes pre-configured. So there's very, very, very little work. The big question in adopting this technology is to introduce remote assistance in your business practice. Make sure it is used at the right time by the right users consistently. And to do that, to help our customer achieve that goal, we have a formal validation process that we call an eval. We create a fully operational system for the organization. We train the key user to use a solution in real remote support scenario, and we accompany them to ensure that they see how it is used and the benefit it creates. We want our customer to be confident that it's the best investment they can make before they start a project. So it's very, very easy.
Excellent. So then we'll go from here and say, well, explain to us the infrastructure, Terry. Do you need a server? Does it need to be on-prem? Is it cloud? Help us understand the infrastructure requirements to deploy Help Lightning.
Sure, sure. No, that's very, very simple. You don't really need anything. The app is a software as a service. It's a cloud solution. It's used in 85 countries in a dozen languages. The subscription include the app, the cloud service, the storage, the onboarding services, the support, and the app for the mobile device. All you need really is a Wi-Fi connection and a phone signal. There's no special software to install on your desktop. On the mobile, you can download an app if you want. It can use iOS or Android device. It runs on all Zebra device, and of course on the HD4000. And so there's no additional cost. It's just a subscription.
Well, now that you brought up the cost, which is really the next question on our audience's mind, what would it cost to have the application running on some of our Zebra devices?
Well, to give you an idea of the cost, usually if you can avoid one travel on site, it pays for the annual subscription. When you avoid the second travel, you create some financial value for your organization. And many customers are avoiding tens of dispatch or travel every week. We have many customers who are also using remote assist calls to validate that the right part is sent on site. And if you avoid sending the wrong part a few times, it's usually part of the app pay for the app again. Um, we have a few customers making over 1,000 remote assistance calls every month. So
Wow.
imagine how many trip they are avoiding, how many wrong part they are avoiding to ship on site. The return for investment for them on investment for them is tremendous. It's easy to understand why there's no going back.
I agree, Terry. I can see why. So, can you give us, or give me a specific example on how your solution is working in the automotive field and how it's solving some of the challenges that we're seeing?
Yes, there are many use case. The simplest use case that we see is providing support to your maintenance team. When you have a group of experts supporting multiple factories, they can support the local technician without the trip on site. It can be used to call the supervisor who is not on site for guidance or inspection in the middle of the night or over the weekend. It can be also used to bring a supplier remotely on site. The supplier or the vendor do not have to be a user. We can just send them a guest pass to join a call and participate in the diagnostic or the repair. Many of our customers are also using Help Lightning to bring the R&D engineer on site to supervise the ramp up of a new production line or fine tune a new process until it's ready to go into full production. We have a lot of customers using Help Lightning for factory acceptance test, for vendor qualification, for commissioning inspection. So those are many of the manufacturing use cases that you can add to the maintenance one that we've described earlier. What we see typically is that organization will start with the evaluation to determine the first use case, get the benefit, and then expand from there.
Well, Terry, thank you for that. Can you explain to the audience a little bit about how you work with Zebra customers in particular?
Yes, we work very closely with Zebra customer and of course Zebra partner and Zebra sales team. The customer purchase the hardware directly from their normal supply chain, and we usually work closely with the reseller because typically we help them pre-configure the hardware. So when the customer receives the hardware, there's nothing to do. It's all ready to start. So we collaborate with the reseller during the eval when we deploy. Often some of the reseller offer directly some extra support for the hardware and our software, and we provide them the support directly. So the customer can work directly through their normal partners.
Excellent, Terry. Well, is there any last thoughts you want to leave with the audience?
Yes. Helping customer faster at a cheaper cost is just a good way to do business. It's the new normal and it's here to stay. Organization that will not embrace this new way of working will be left behind.
Terry, on behalf of Zebra Technologies, thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience. As mentioned earlier, we invite our audience to contact their partners, their Zebra representative, or Terry and his team to discuss a little bit about Help Lightning and their remote expert assistance. I want to thank you for your time and your interest. Remember, Zebra and our partners are committed to your success.